Parachute is about a girl named Riley who gets out of rehab for an eating disorder and suicide attempt and meets Ethan and falls in love with a new addiction. It was very hard to get off the ground, as every movie or independent movie is, I guess. But I actually had this idea when I was in my early 20s because it's taken from some life experience. And so about 5 years ago, I had a friend of mine write just a first draft, and she kind of did like a basic rom-com sort of log line first draft, and it was very linear and beautiful. But then I took it over and kind of rewrote it to make sure that it incorporated some issues that I thought really encapsulated what love in your early 20s is all about, not necessarily always just the cut and dry sort of boy meets girl situation. So that was a little bit tricky for people to want to be a part of, and luckily I have some great people who believed in the message and how important the topic is. I worked with my friends at Yale Productions, and they kind of have always believed in me as a filmmaker and a director. And we had a person in common who really fought for me in terms of my directing style and vision. And so they were really behind me from the get-go. And then I found Lizzie Shapiro, my producer, who really put it all together, and that's when it sort of came to fruition.
I would say
Similar to-
soulmates. I feel like
Okay.
soulmates don't, like, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
It's up to
Like, I think
interpretation.
soulmates, they're similar to twin flames. I don't think they have there is a fieriness there, but I don't know. Like, I have best friends that I feel like are my soulmates that I'm not in love with, but would hang out
There's
with.
something about twin flames that sounds inherently romantic, and soulmate sort of it seems a bit broader. So
Wow.
I actually really don't know where I end up, and I don't want to say either.
But they are definitely toxic for each other, and I think that's what the message of the movie is sometimes you do meet a soulmate, but it's the wrong timing, and you have to go through different experiences and learn how to love yourself before you can actually really give yourself to somebody else.
I met with Brittany and we had a lunch before I came onto the film, and I knew immediately that I wanted to work with her. We sat for like 2 hours and talked about the movie kind of, but just talked about how similar we were and how we kind of shared the same brain. And then directing style, I've never felt as close to a director or trusted a director as much as I have Brittany. And I went into there's some difficult scenes in this, and I trusted Brittany with all my heart, and I'd do it all over again.
Thank you.
And then for me, I read the script. The script was sent to me like any other, and I read it. I think I cried like at least 2 times, and that's pretty good for me to cry on a first read of something. And I was just so taken with it, and the character. It was just a great opportunity. Ethan's a great role, lots to do, and I was like, yeah, like this would be so much fun. And it's just about so many real topics. I think there's so many different kinds of people can take something away from this movie. And it deals with so many real issues, and that's just sort of where I'm at in my life and the kind of stories that I want to tell. And then again, like they said, we just talked for like an hour and a half about life and where we're both at, and she's an actor as well, and a great one at that. And so there is something that comes along with working with an actor director. They just sort of get it in a way that they don't have to explain certain things, and you just like have a little more of a telekinetic thing going. And again, it was really collaborative, and we had a nice little rehearsal process. It was only about a week, but it was really great.
I am very lucky that Pitch Perfect gave me some of my best friends, and some of them are in the movie. And I think that's why it's so special, and that's why that movie works. But if you watch Parachute, you will see some of those girls in the movie.